Wagwan Kretzy Crew. Welcome back to episode 3 of the Zoroark Learning Series. Really excited for this one. I'm actually recording this after recording the videos. With the gameplay, we had some really interesting gameplay today. It's a really long video. I think we learned a lot. There's definitely some misplays in there. We're still learning the deck. Some minor misplays, I think. Plays that I wish I could have back for sure, like plays that I don't expect myself at this point in my career to make. But this deck is hard, genuinely hard, guys. And like you pick it up and you try it, you'll probably feel the same way unless you're really experienced with the deck. So it takes a lot of time to really get used to. But that's the point of the series. We want to lose, we want to learn, we want to go through all of that. I've timestamped everything below so you guys can see the games. Some of the games are less, not less entertaining. I think they all have value, but the first couple were just with the new Blaziken deck, which I thought was really cool. It didn't end up being all that, but I think it's worth watching the gameplay anyways. And the third, fourth, and fifth game were all with the more basic build of Zoroark with Okidogi and stuff. And I think we learned a lot from those games. So if you watch anything in this episode, definitely make sure it's those. I think we can dismiss Blaziken as not being what we thought it was, but I think it was definitely worth checking out. And maybe you'll watch it, and maybe you'll think of some innovations we can make the deck better. Definitely can try it again. But yeah, if you're new here, please do like and subscribe. We're on episode 3 of the series. I'm really having fun with it. This deck is crazy, man. It's taking a lot of learning, but it's also very punishing. So it's fun to kind of go through that experience. Episode 4 will come out very fast. Today's episode left me very itchy to play more, so I will be doing that. Anyways, enjoy the epi. Let me know how you liked it down below. If you're new here, like and subscribe, and I will see you on the flip side. Enjoy. All right, so welcome back. Here we go. Let's get right into this. I don't waste anyone's time. I got Toronto Regionals reg in about 34 minutes, so I'm trying to move fast. We're debuting new deck 109, everyone's favorite new deck. So what we got going on here, let me give you all a little tour. So we have a 3/2/2 Blaziken line. Blaziken is this card that allows you to attach a basic energy card from this card pile to one of your Pokemon at any point. Really strong ability. We're mainly using it in this deck to obviously power up our Zoroarks, but also to power up Munkidori. So Munkidori is really powerful with Zoroark. Just an ability to manipulate damage counters in a deck that doesn't have much power. We top out at 170, but we can use powerful rage to our advantage if we can keep our Zoroarks alive with Munkidori. So that's the plan. We're also better with using Yveltal now because we have Munkidori to kind of manipulate that damage. And so we can put damage on ourselves with Pekka and then poison ourselves with the Yveltal and then use that monkey damage to build up faster every time the clutch would by itself. We have the Moltres in here. I think this needs to be changed to a Chi-Yu because this can't KO Gholdengos. So let's go ahead and do that. Moltres is better if you play the Brave Bengal. We do not, so we're just going to play Chi-Yu, remove this. This is designed to deal with Gholdengo, so you do obviously 140 times 2, so that's 280. We're chilling. We're able to accelerate with Blaziken. As for the trainers, nothing too special. We're switching to a Team Evo build, so we're not going to be going first. We'll be going second. We played Dawn in here, which is really strong with one rare candy just to get us out of any particular situations. Energy to 5 and 3, and that's about it. Let's get into the gameplay. I want to tear through this one so I can actually play in Toronto Regionals. You know, it's a whole. Not getting into your own hometown regionals sucks, so we're gonna try and get into it. Anyways, so. We're starting with this deck because the original version of Zoroark didn't do too well this last weekend. Damn, this kid's hat's really like pushing me here. I look like a dummy. But yeah, so I didn't get to. What was I talking about? I was talking about Zoroark, not Toronto Regionals. Stop complaining about yourself, man. So yeah, we're trying this version because the straight version of Zoroark didn't do too well at Stuttgart. Obviously, new format, new things going on. I don't think anything really changes in the format or changes enough to warrant not playing Zoroark anymore. But I think definitely the addition of Diancie and Gardevoir has deterred Zoroark a little bit. That's no longer a super favorable matchup. So our way around that, we got to play more Gust. If we're playing the straight Zoroark, we got to just kind of go around the Diancie more often. So that's one way to deal with it. I'm sure some of these great Zoroark heads will come up with something else. So we're still working on that. So we're playing against Alakazam, which is not my favorite thing to have up here if we're playing Zoroark. But we'll figure it out. Yeah, so that's one reason. The second reason is Mega Absol Box is not as strong as it was, where Okidogi could kind of come in and steal games. I think there's a plethora of reasons why Zoroark isn't as strong right now, but we're still going to work on it. A lot can change before Toronto Regionals, and we know this archetype is best when it is unexpected. So that's what we're working on. I realized the last few videos I've been just breathing straight into my mic, so I'm keeping my distance today. Hopefully it's not molesting your guys' ears. Right, we're going first. Fine by us. We got Buddy Boffin. We got Secret Box. We even have TM Evo. It's pretty strong. So let's go for the Torchic and Zoroark. Let's just check what we have. Alright. Cool. I'm going to go with the turn 1 attach. It's just a matter of where. I think we'll probably put it on the Zorua because we can Peck-a-runt it next turn. Let's go ahead and do that. And we pass. We're not worried about getting knocked out turn 1. It's a slower deck we're playing against here. So I think our plan next turn is just to simply take a KO. We have the Secret Box, so we are able to set up some sort of board. We obviously have the Zoroark in hand. We need to find the Dark Energy, so we'll work on that. Debating if we're even going to play the Secret Box. I'm not sure yet. I don't know, man. I've been itching to play Zoroark like last little while. I haven't been playing cards too much recently, but every time I do think about cards, I'm thinking about Zoroark, so I'm really excited to play this. Let's start with an Artisan here. It's just thin our deck. Don't know really what we want here. I think another Zorua is logical. Actually, a Reshiram is probably logical, so we can get attack in here. Let's go ahead and do that. Blow this up. Our opponent did nothing, so I think we're gonna Secret Box away this Iono. I don't think we're gonna go with that here. Don't think we need the other Torchic either. Dawn seems really good here. We can get the Combustion going. Get our board set up. Get a Vessel so that we can guarantee our attack. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Go ahead and do that. I think maybe we'll trade before using the Dawn just in case, but we will Vessel first just to thin these cards out. And that way we can trade away the Fire Energy and get Blaziken online. Alright, there's the Fire Duck. That's always good. Let's go ahead and do that. I think we can play the Dawn. I'm not really afraid of getting our hand refreshed. Definitely want a Zorua there. Go with the Blaziken. We'll grab a Zoroark as well. This card is so good, man. Subjugating Chains our way to the active. We are going to be building up some damage too, so I will be looking to get a Munkidori next turn, hopefully. Let's go ahead and virtue his Flame there. It's that time of year right now where it's like dark at 5 o'clock, and like when I'm done work, I go out and I just try and KO for like 20 minutes because it's so like dark and gloomy, you just want to nap. So I just woke up from that and I'm like groggy still. You ever go to like a different place or like a different municipality or city or whatever, and you have the tap water or like any sort of water from there, you're like, this just tastes like distinguishably different? Right now, I think, so this is Toronto water. I refilled this since I got home, but ever since I was drinking New York water last like few days, I'm like, this tastes weird now to me. And then when I go home to my parents' place who live in another city, the water there just tastes awful. I literally can't drink it. Like, I need my Toronto water. But now even this tastes like ass, so I don't know. I can't win here. I'm expecting to get KO'd here, to be honest, which kind of blows, but I think that's par for the course. Our goal here will probably be to set up our whole board this next turn, get down another Zoroark. I don't hate the idea of attacking with Chiyu here. If we're able to find one, that'd be great. Which means that's also why I got the Talon Storm, anticipating needing an air balloon here. This card really is good. I like it a lot. Okay, so that guarantees we are getting knocked out here, which is fine. Another Aber hits the field. I think we're really going to be able to run away with this. And like, honestly, now thinking back, I kind of wish we didn't discard the Iono. Where I think we'll really be able to run away with this is if we can get double Monkey in play and they take a turn where they can't KO us and they just have to tickle us. That's when it's going to get a little scary for them. Let's put up the Petch because I think I want the air balloon on there. Okay, Iono, awesome. We got Zoroark, we got Blaziken. Just a video on benching the Zorua if I want to do that. I feel like I want my bench to be Munkidori plus Chiyu, so maybe we'll stay away from that. Go ahead and grab that. We can also play for Evolve Toll at some point if we really need to build up some damage. I think that's a really good play. We have Iono. Let's go and go to the town store. So I think in a perfect world, we actually can't even set up a monkey with energy here because we're going to be using the attach on Chi. So I'm going to bench this. Let's like burn this somewhere. And let's go with the Iono. We need to bring their hand back down. Not that they won't be able to kill a Chi, but we just want to disrupt them a little bit. Okay, that's not great. Let's discard this rare candy. Okay, so we have Dark, so we're not going to be able to Chi here, but we will be able to take a KO in some capacity. I think that's fine. I will say though, this starts to get really, really sticky if they can KO us here. Which, like, Iono to 4, plus Fez for 3, plus draw for turn. I don't love our odds of living through this turn, to be honest. I can't imagine how stupid I look right now. I don't have my face cam in the corner, but like wearing a cloud hat. It's like a little scavenger hat. I kind of like it. Like loops in under my chin, like I'm wearing a helmet. I honestly should be walking around with a helmet. Pretty clumsy. Other good news. I made the Diddy joke in the last video, and I didn't get demonetized or canceled, so that's a win. I think I said Diddy like 8 times, so it's always a W. We got a lot of draw going on from our opponent here. They're up to 200 damage, and I don't think they flipped the script yet, which is terrifying. 260 now. They just need to be able to draw one more card. That will do it. It is pretty incredible how well this deck draws cards. It's remarkable. And they got the enriching energy. Nice. They played a Buddy Poffin, which is curious. I don't know why you'd play that unless you had another way to... Okay, so you have an attached return, so you're just going to enriching your way back up to 16. That makes sense. So I think this next turn we're going to have to really go in with an Eviltal strat here. There's no way we can just like outpace this. Just thinking though about how we're going to go about doing that. Because killing the Alakazam here would also be really, really nice if we killed it with Chiyu. But I just don't love our odds of him just not having a raw boss, right? So, alright, so we have Countercatcher, Town Store. We do not have the means to get the Eviltal yet, so we're going to go ahead and grab Zoroark. Try and draw into it here. That'll do. Patch ourselves into the active. So the problem is here too is we don't have Munkidori, so we're gonna have to find Turo at some point, which is gross. Let's just go ahead and do that. Let's just start being annoying, I guess. We're gonna need like one hell of a turn that like I actually don't see a way in which we can do this. I guess the oh, Jet. Okay, that'll do it, yeah. I guess the way to win this game, if they weren't able to get out of that Fez, would have been to just, at some point, Turo, get the energy on the monkey, start spreading it to something else, like a Fan Rotom. And then the turn you kill the Fez with Clutch, you do it with a monkey. And then KO whatever they put active. Which is crazy, but I think that's the play. There has not been a boss spam down yet, and there's the boss. Okay, cool. Alright, let's get out of here. That was a waste of time. Well, not really. We learned that our deck isn't very good in Alakazam, which is something that I could have told you beforehand. We have that. Let's get into another game, like, super quick here. 19 minutes before Toronto Reg, so we're fighting against time a little bit, but we should be okay. So yeah, I think this version of Zoroark definitely has a lot less tricks. Like, the deck is very straightforward. I do like the ability to get down double monkey, but you saw in that game that it just feels like the control-y aspect of Zoroark just isn't really there because your whole bench is just not Zoroarks. Like, there's not a whole lot of dig in the deck. Like, not a whole lot going on. And like, part of this process of like learning this deck is learning the archetypes. And I think this is a good learning lesson to maybe just, if this goes bad as well, just dismiss this one. We will see. Alright, this hand looks like we might be dismissing this one. I won't play through this if this is a rough start. I mean, we have energy plus TM Evo, so I guess we do have a way through this. And we're playing against Zoroark. Okay, that's going to be interesting. I don't know how this matchup goes. I assume it's good for us because we can get double monkey. They can't, in theory. Buddy popping for 1 Zorua. Okay, so they prize 1. What? Or I guess it's in their hand. You'd never want to put down more than 3 anyways. Alright. We have TM Evo plus Ultra Ball. I guess in theory, like, yeah, I guess we can do something with this. Let's Ultra Ball that, and this all sucks. I guess that. We're gonna have to go in with the Zoroark there. I really don't love this, but don't really have a choice. Thinking about playing the boss here, actually. Don't like using the Gust this early, especially in a matchup where we're going to be hitting the other guy. Yeah, I don't think we can afford to use the boss here because we already discarded Counter Catcher. So this matchup's a lot about like hitting around the Zoroarks, right? If we can't KO it, just got to hit around it. Okay, so their hand is not dead. They do have a Lily, so they're going to be able to build up their board faster than us. And like the way this deck is constructed, because we don't have the Torchic down, we're not going to be able to attack next turn no matter what, which I guess is fine. Here, like, we don't really care too much because they can't really do much if we just put a Zoroark active. No Zoroark's coming down for my opponent, which is nice. We got a Torchic, sick. Now, I think I might actually have to discard this Torchic, unfortunately, because we need that stretcher. Okay, we got another one, so we can have both the stretcher and the Torchic. Cool. Do that and do that. I think we will play the boss here. I want them to have to find the patch and put the patch down. Now that I think about this, actually, this becomes a real problem for us. If this Reshiram gets KO'd, this becomes a real problem. Because this deck only plays 1. I forgot about that before I played the second stretcher. Yeah, this could be bad news bears. For sure. To the point where I think if they KO this Reshiram, I will scoop and we can try another archetype. This archetype's not, like, I understand it in theory that you get the double monkeys up and stuff, but it feels like this is not Zoroark for what Zoroark is supposed to be, right? It doesn't feel control-y. It just feels like I'm, like, slamming chickens down all over the place. TM Evo coming down on that Zoroark. Might be surviving the turn here, we'll see. Okay, we do survive the turn. Probably gonna go into Darmanitan and Zoroark, or actually probably double Zoroark. That's probably what I'd go for here. Darmanitan, interesting. Okay. All right, so we really, really need a way to get into the game this turn. It's another boss. It's not what we need. Let's discard this Blaziken. Let's see if we can just get into the game. All right, that's a way into the game. I will happily take that. Perfect. We need to get this Reshiram out of here. That's not going to help us. Can we do anything with this? Well, I guess we can manually retreat the Reshiram. And I actually think we're at that point. I don't think there's a choice here. We have to retreat this Reshiram because if it dies, we lose. Let's put up the Zoroark. Like, what do they do about this? I feel absolutely fine with that. We play the TM Evo as well. Evolve both these guys so that Darmanitan's not a threat. Just debating on putting down the second monkey. Don't think we need to, so let's go ahead and do this. This is actually a really good turn. I do have to check with Blaziken. Okay, we do, because some idiot discarded all of his nice stretchers, so we gotta... Our energies are an infinite resource in theory, as long as Blaziken's up, and it won't die in this matchup, but our Pokemon are no longer an infinite resource. Looks like Toronto are the favorites for Kyle Tucker. I like to read that on my phone when I look down during a video, when I shouldn't be checking my phone. That would be big if the Jays signed Kyle Tucker. I'd be pretty happy. If our opponent recognizes at any point that we're out of stretchers and we play one Reshiram and they just kill it, we're going to be in a world of hurt. I'm just hoping it doesn't get to that point. Please don't take the Reshiram. Okay. I can live with this. Now this begs the question, what do we do? I think we're just going to go after the Reshiram here. I think there's no reason to do anything else. Okay, Buddy Poffin is perfect. Need to get another Torchic down, so that's very nice. Chi-Yu at one point might be a really good attacker here. Is there ever a world where I want two Torchics? No. Let's go and grab that. Let's go and play the Lily. So we're down to one Gus left, which never feels great. Right. We still do need to find an energy. This is an ongoing issue. I think we're going to play for the Rook Candy next turn. Let's discard this Torchic. We found energy, not the right one. I don't think we need this anymore. Okay, no energy in sight. It's not good. Vessel's gone. Both stretchers are gone. We cannot take the KO this turn. This is going to get real gnarly here. I'm debating, like, do I even want to attach to that thing? Like, I'm going to hit 200 with this thing at some point. I mean, I could bench this. I mean, I guess what's the harm of benching this? Like, they can't really kill it. Nice. Okay, cool. Definitely feels better. No reason to bench the Artisan here. Palpad. I mean, that will be good at some point. I don't want to put the boss back in yet. Take the KO there. I'm telling you guys from now, though, if this game goes the distance and I gotta hop off for Toronto Regionals, we're never gonna know how this game ends. That's gonna be really, really unfortunate. But I think this is a fun mirror match to grind out, and I guess I'll narrate what happened at the end when if I gotta hop out. It's 6:48. I got 12 minutes. I'm hoping we can get through this, but we'll see. Both these decks take forever to play, so. I do think the game will open up a little bit here. This is kind of like a turning point turn where, like, they might use Darmanitan to go and take out this Torchic, which, I mean, would kind of suck, but if they do that, they're getting rid of all their energy and they're putting themselves in a weird position too. Also trying to play around Backdraft. Okay, another boss. What's it gonna be this time? It's gonna be Monkey. Okay, that's cool. Out of all the things they could KO, that was probably the one I wanted them to KO the most. I guess this is gonna be a Flame Body Cannon, isn't it? It's gonna be a Flame Body Cannon to take out the Torchic as well. Might be a rough spot now. The one thing I also don't like about this build is you don't play Binding Mochi or any way to like alter any damage. So that part kind of sucks. Like, we're never going to be able to deal with the Zoroark. I think what we're going to probably have to do is go around it again. We don't have a way to get another Torchic back either, do we? Yeah, it's kind of starting to look a little bleak. We get down another monkey. I mean, not that we have energy to attach to it, but we can get that down. Yeah, if we hit into this thing, we just lose. Provided they have an ends PP up, which I don't know. I'll take my chances here. Let's go and grab an Iono out of this. Yeah, we literally have nothing else worth taking. So we're just gonna grab an Iono here. Let's hit it. Let's see if we can hit into this and get away with it. That's what I want to find out here. So I'm gonna palpate back a couple things here too. Let's grab just the boss. We're not gonna need the fires anymore. We can't get Torchic, so I think we're gonna go ahead and do this as well. And let's go ahead and Iono. Let's trade away some dead cards here. Don't think we're gonna need this. Actually we might. Bomb that instead. That was a tough trade. Like sometimes you just get sometimes it's easy to just trade so you have a bunch of junk, and then sometimes every card is legitimately just good. I think that was a situation where every card is good. Alright, here we go. Are we gonna survive? So they need a combination of ends PP up attach plus a retreat of some sort. Because they need a retreat and then binding Mochi, or sorry, Pekka run their way back up if they want to punish us with this. If we can buy this turn and take this KO next turn on the Zoroark, I will feel better about this. Are we gonna win the game off of it? I still don't think so. Because we need to. Okay, no, we can win the game. We win the game with Pekka Run. Okay, so they changed up the other one. I would be hard pressed to think, oh, they do the ends PP up. Do they have the retreat too? Oh man. Oh man. Oh no, they have it. Oh, that's so dirty. How did you have that? This guy's the best player alive. I can't beat that. That was crazy. And another one, because you know what? Why the hell not? Sick. All right. Hey, game respects game, man. That was dope. That was pretty dope. All right. From there, we officially have no way to win. So we're gonna concede this one. I guess silver linings is I can register for my hometown regionals. Hopefully we get in, but I will come back with another game as soon as that's done. I think we're gonna switch up the build. Not really feeling this one, but I think that was part of the process of ruling out some of these archetypes. And I'm always okay with wasting time, quote unquote, on a deck variant that you might not think is very good because it just rules out what you don't want, and I'm totally cool with that. So this build, unfortunately, is going to go to the abyss. Let's try another one because I think the old version, new deck 108, no, what deck was it? New deck 106. So new deck 106, despite having 2/2 Darmanitan, would struggle sometimes into Gholdengo still. So I think we need a stronger build. There goes my alarm. We need a stronger build into Gholdengo. So we're gonna try and orchestrate that, and then I'll be back in a sec. Alright, so that was nothing short of the most nerve-wracking experience of my life. What just happened? I'll let y'all know in a bit, but for now, we got New Deck 105, which is a repurposed old New Deck 105. Let me show y'all through this. So we're ditching the Blaziken idea. Let's get that out of the way. It's part of the part of the learning series. I don't think we've ever lost 2 straight on the channel before, so that was a first. That deck just didn't seem very good. So now we're going with the Toedscruel build. So this one's more traditional. You just play the 2 Retro Ram, no Darmanitan. We're playing Okidogi to deal with some of the big guys. We got double Munkidori. We have the 2/1 Toedscruel, which is designed to take out Gholdengo's options. We're trying to target all their weak points. So obviously they can't use Superior Energy Retrieval or Night Stretcher. We also play Ares. So Ares is a card that can, once they build up a hand, we can just pick out those Night Stretchers. So even if they are able to deal with the Toedscruel, they won't have enough left to win the game in theory. Play TM Evo to get up the Toedscruel as fast as we can. We got 2 Janine Secret Arts. It's just a good card. I just really like that card. I think it's takes the place of one of the NPP ups, so that's always good as well. And we got 7 energy. So let's hop into some games here, and I'll explain what the hell just happened to me. I think this build will be a lot better for us. As we learn, I think we want to play the more tricky builds anyways, and I think this is just that. So if we want to play Blaziken, we'll play the one that Fabian keeps doing well with, the Dragon Ball Blaziken. I think that's the better choice. So I went to go register for Toronto Regional. So this was a tiny wave. We didn't know this, but it was a tiny wave. There's only 300 seats. And I have so many friends who didn't get in, and I thought I was screwed. I had the clock up, I refreshed right on time, clicked 3 boxes. It took 4 seconds to do all this. And sorry, the 4 seconds for the second page. The first page took a couple seconds. So it was like, in total, it was like 10 seconds. So I was like very confident that I got this. And it goes over to a page, and I like idiot my phone because I need to read exactly what it said. I took a picture. I was S-wording bricks, for lack of a better term. So it said, there's a, you know, the yellow bar that pops up that says like, all right, your registration is pending. Like, this will turn green if you're allotted a spot, etc., etc. This hand is some ass. So that bar glitched. So that bar said live status. If this message doesn't automatically change, you must reload your page to check your allocation status. I'm like, oh shoot, like that can't be good. So I refresh my page, and it goes back to the same message, and then I refresh and it goes back to the same message again. Of course, we're playing against grass types. Really gotta thin the deck here. This might be a disaster. Let me play through this real quick. Let me get out the Toedscruel just for fun, and we're basically banking on drawing to Zoroark. Anyways, so we go to this page, and then tell me if the page goes blank. Literally refresh into a blank page. I look at the URL. Like I work in like basically a comp site field. I'm a project manager, but like we deal with coding and stuff. So I've gone to know how this stuff works a little bit. And I looked at the URL. The URL was still correct for what it was supposed to be. So it was like register / the code of my request plus request. And I opened the console and it looked good. And I'm like, what the hell? And it's just a white page. And I refresh and it's a white page. And 4 minutes go by and it's still a white page. You know what they say? Like, never click off the page. Like, if you're in a queue, just let it go. But it's so hard to stay still. So I open my phone. I go on Arcanine. Whatever. Nothing happens. And then I decide I'm getting off Chrome. I'm going to go to Safari. I go to Safari. I put in my my credentials. I log in. And after 4 minutes of basically crapping myself, I got it. Safari loaded in, when I logged into my Arcanine, it loaded into the checkout page and said you have 15 minutes to complete this. I've never seen that in my life. It was the weirdest glitch ever. And I was telling the boys, I was like, guys, I'm not in. I'm out. Like, there's no chance. And Safari loaded in on the checkout page. So what I think happened was that page didn't refresh properly, or it didn't properly tell me what it was supposed to. And then Safari picked up the slack and got me onto the correct landing page at the end of it. So no foul, no harm, no foul at the end of it. And we drew an Iona so we can play this game. So that's good. I will be at Toronto Regionals. I will be playing. We will not have a VGC series on the channel, which thank God, because I didn't have an Elgato anyways. Can we please get an energy? This is misery. I think I gotta bench this now because we're gonna kill that. Yeah, it sucks. Anyways, so we got in and I'm happy, and we made the list of registered Toronto Regionals players. It would have sucked if I lived 10 minutes away and I wasn't able to play in this. So I've actually like historically done really bad at Toronto Regionals ever since the modern era started. So back in the day, we used to have Toronto Provincials and Nationals. That was equivalent of like regionals plus the ICs, I guess. Like the Nationals were one for every country, so it wasn't really an IC, but it was like somewhere in between regionals and IC. That was also held in Toronto, so we'd have Toronto Nationals here and Toronto Regionals, which was awesome. But that was before people would travel, so those were only 2 tournaments of the year. I did well perennially in Nationals. That was like my event, and still to this day I find the ICs to be like my events. I have like a crazy day 2 rate on them. I think it's like 80-90%, something like that. I like to get up for those big tournaments. They get me going, whatever. So I always got up for the Nationals. I had 2 top 4s in those Nationals, but then ever since the modern era switched over, every year I do terrible at Toronto Regionals. So I'm hoping this is the year that changes, because like I'd like to do well at home for once. I just find it really hard to like, get up for it. So we got Triple Zoroark, Toedscruel, Munkidori. If I put down this Fez, we can't attack this turn. Yeah, it kind of blows, doesn't it? Because we won't be able to put down a Reshiram. So maybe I overbench there a little bit. I think what we'll go for instead is we'll go for Janine's Secret Art. We'll get some energies down and then use the TM Evo. that. And then we can bump their forest thing, which I'm surprised they put down if they weren't going to use. I guess they were going to Lily, so it makes sense. Let's go do that. I would like to use this artisan before they bump it. I know I'm not supposed to put down the Reshiram before I need it, but I'm going to do it anyways. And let's go ahead and TM Evo. So we're finally have our board set up after like however many turns. We'll see if this really materializes into anything. This may be a matchup where Okie Dokie is really good. We haven't had a chance to really get anything out so far, but this could be a matchup where that's good. If they still have nothing and somehow don't take a KO, then we're going to go in Munkidori next turn. Hope to get going with that. Are you allowed to Janine a non-dark type Pokemon? No, you're not. Okay. So we cannot use that to power up Munkidori. But we can't. Oh, we do play Binding Mochi again, so that's nice. I forgot about that. We play Binding Mochi so we can reach up to 10. We can kill these Ogre Pawns. Ogre Mons. I apologize. But yeah, guys, like, literally knees weak, arms spaghetti, vomit on my sweater already. Like, that was nerve-wracking, bro. Like, I've been in, like, I remember the last win I had was in Pittsburgh to go into top 8. And I was less nervous for that than I was for registering for the regionals. In regionals where I was like, I'm cool with missing, right? I was like, I kind of came to terms with it. Like, as soon as I missed the first wave, I came to terms with it. I was like, all right, I'm just not playing. Like, it is what it is. It's cool. I'll find something else to do. But then when the moment comes, it's like, all right, no, this is like my world right now. So glad it worked out, but that was scary. And my heart goes out to those guys who didn't get in because there was a lot of people, and a lot of people from my area too, right? Like, it sucks not being able to play in your hometown regionals. The one solace and the one saving grace, I think those people will unironically make more money than most of us, just farming sides and like not paying $100 to be there. So that's also good for them, I guess. They can farm some sides, get going there. What do we got going here? What is this card? 20 damage to 1 year for each energy. Okay, that's pretty cool. All right, this was not smart to Razor Leaf us and not kill us, because that opens a lot of path for us. We got the energy right off the hop. I'm not sure if our ends PP up is in deck, so I'm gonna play as if it's not to start. That's also pretty good. Do I play as if it's in the deck? I mean, like, we're not gonna, I think we're just gonna swing through this Chikorita this turn anyway, so I think I'm okay with doing this. Let's go ahead and Lily. Got another Zoroark. This matchup is terrifying because they can hit all of our guys for weakness. And it's to the point where I almost wish I could, like, just get a counter catcher here somehow, some way. Like, I almost don't want to kill this. I feel like I have to go 2-2-2 or I just lose. But I end up in the same spot, whether if I kill this, I go down to 5. If I don't kill this, they go down to 4 by the time I go down to 4 anyways. But I'm thinking at that point we can control our board a little bit better. But then they just go down to 3 anyways if they have boss. Alright, we're going to try and just run them out of resources, I guess, is going to be our plan here. I don't like it. I really don't. But that's our plan. So let's go ahead. Let's use another trade. Is Okie Dokie weak to grass? Like, I wouldn't know from this game because we've been just struggling the entire time to like really get set up, but I'd be curious to know that. I think it's weak to fighting, man. Alright, I mean, guys, I don't like it. I don't like this turn at all because it's not a productive prize in any way. My hope is we can turn a Munkidori turn at some point into the other prize we'll need to keep up in this game. So we're going to effectively have 2 turns to take 5 prizes, which is possible as long as they just KO our active Zoroark, and then we can get down another Munkidori and really start to move the damage over. And then we have a chance of making up a prize here and there. And they're at 5 as well, so they also need like 3 turns effectively to win this game. So we might be okay here. mind you, now. So now I'm thinking as well. This puts a lot of pressure on our Binding Mochi, doesn't it? We need to find Mochi plus Patch this turn if we want to kill this thing. Yeah, everyone's saying, yo, allow me a wave 3. Wave 2 Toronto Reg, bro. We need it. It's down bad right now, isn't it? Guys, if Amari and Hampton doesn't play this weekend against the Eagles, I'm cooked in fantasy. My entire season rests on this guy's shoulders right now. All right, Killer Zoroark, as we expected. That is fun. We've no NPP ups left, so we're gonna be banking on a Janine at some point to help us keep pace. Well, I guess after this next KO, we can go in with Bear, so that's fine. Let's see what we can do. So we have another Dark, so we would love to get the Janines this turn. We need Janines plus Petch plus Binding Mochi. God help us. And I promoted the wrong guy. Cool. At least we have Air Balloon, I guess. So I think we have no choice but to build up his hand. Oh, so I guess if we get Janine, we no longer need Petch, which is good. So let's go ahead and Palpad in a Janine here, because we're gonna get, I forgot it auto poisons us, so that's good. So we can dig for 4 cards, so I think we're definitely gonna do that. As much as I don't like building up hands I may not keep, I think we have to do this. I think Aries just, it's over. We got Turo. I'm not sure if we can do anything with that yet. Alright, Ultra Ball plus Stretcher. I mean, I kind of have to Stretcher for Fez, don't I? Because we need this KO. Like, we need this KO. And we also need to, at the same time, put 30 damage on this Chikorita, so the following turn we can go Munkidori, KO, plus take the KO there. I guess our other option is to Turo and go in with a Bear next turn. I guess they can't really counter that, can they? Okay, so that's a good backup plan. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's Stretcher for this thing. Let's draw 3, hope it's a Mochi. Not. Are you weak to grass? Oh, you're weak to fighting. Okay, so you were the plan all along. We do have Turo attach and poison this musculature if we wanted to. In less productive news, we also, yeah, we don't have boss KO really anywhere, do we? So is the play here? I think the play, no matter what, is attach each switch. So we need to get the monkey this turn. It's just a matter of, are we going in with poisonous musculature, shuffling in a bunch of energies and trying to build up a big guy while hiding behind this? I feel like that's our only way to win now because we fell so far behind here. We needed the Mochi. If we had the Mochi and we could take this KO, we move 30 to this Chikorita, and then the next turn, if they don't evolve it, we go Adrena Brain, KO, plus Bear. But that's no longer an option. So I think we're going to have to go with the Okie Dokie route. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to have to Turo or Active, which feels like absolute dog. But it's what we got to do. There's no way around this, right? I can't Air Balloon, then Turo. No, I can't. Quite literally has to be Turo the Active, which, again, feels horrible. Put up whatever we want to get ballooned. So I'm going to say this. Like, I mean, this seems like a pretty good balloon target. Okie Dokie. E-switch Okie Dokie. Go there. Hello. Thank you. Let's Super Rod in a couple energies. We need at least 2 in there. I guess there's no reason to keep them in the discard anymore because our NPP is gone. So let's put in all 3. Let's balloon this thing back. Retreat. Okie Dokie. We're gonna play the Artisan, and then we're just gonna do it. We're gonna try and sweep with this. We don't need to necessarily sweep. We just need to buy enough time that they don't take a KO this turn. So if they don't take a KO this turn, we can kill the Ogerpon, Iono them to 3, put more damage on the Chikorita, hope they don't evolve it again, and then, okay, that is not good. that is not what we needed to see. We're still in a place, though, where if they don't take a KO this turn, we're okay. They're hitting for 180 right now, though, which which is terrifying. Oh. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that'll do it, won't it? Who would have known the green deck is not a good matchup? Yeah, I don't think we win this, guys. Is there a point playing this? Yeah, you know what, man? I'm a fighter. Let's go. I'm a fighter. We have Petch in our deck. Like we can reuse a bear. Wait, does our deck play bear? I don't think our deck plays bear, does it? Joke's on me, I suppose. Let's see. Yeah, we don't. Petch is doing what? 3 hundos? 3 hundo, but I die to that. Yeah, we have no way out. Peace out. Alright guys, for the first time in channel history, we've lost 3 in a row. We've played 2 with the chicken deck, and then 1 with the with this, which is a good deck, but we didn't really set up in a way we need to. We never were able to find Okie Dokie early when we needed to use it to capitalize. And we also were playing against a green deck, which is not the best. So we're on a little bit of a cold streak right now, but like, so when I coach as well, I always say this, like, I'd actually prefer to lose, like, most of the time. When I'm testing, I also prefer to lose. So it means at least I'm picking something up. Sometimes when you run over your opponents, you get away with misplays, you get away with, like, little things that are never brought back into the spotlight because, you know, you won. Who cares, right? So I think this is always good. And that's why I don't edit out my games either. I think it's important to just kind of, you know, raw dog the games. You guys see what I go through as well. And I think part of the learning series and part of what makes it so good. Do we play Team Evo in this? I forgot what we built. Yes, we do. But do we want to go first? No. So yeah, part of the learning process and part of like what I want this Zoroark learning series to be is us struggling, right? Like this is us struggling right now. We're going through like kind of a dark spot in the gauntlet. And like no matter how good of a player you are going to lose these games sometimes. You are going to go on streaks. And like that's why like when newer players are like, oh, I'm losing 3 games in a row or whatever, it's like, it's not a big deal. Like everyone kind of goes through this deck or this game is not RNG, but it's not foolproof to the point where every game the better player is going to win. Like you are going to go through some patches like this. And I've definitely been victim of a few of those over my life. And even the best players in the world go through that. So it's okay to kind of deal with that. Like I'm sure Tords and Azules and all those guys go through rough patches as well. So it's important to let yourself kind of breathe. All right, not sure we're playing against yet. I see an Ultra Ball, I see a Munkidori. If I see Psychic Energies, I'm gonna assume Gardevoir. If not, then I don't know. That is indubitably a Gardevoir, and it's a cultured Gardevoir player because they're still playing research. Shout out this person. That is correct. I like that. I guess now I gotta lock in for Toronto, don't I? I didn't think I'd get this far, to be honest. So we're playing against Gardevoir, so we're going to be going with just the usual Zoroark spam, you know, spam kills because we are dark and they're not. I love spamming these stupid, like, hexagon things. Alright, so they go straight for the Mega DNC, so I guess we're going to learn a lot this game. This is the new innovation to Gardevoir that makes this matchup better for them, for sure. To the point where a lot of people are almost arguing if it's even Zoroark favored anymore, which I think is a berserk thing to say, but I think it's definitely Zoroark favored. So what are we going to need to do here? So we probably want to attach to a bench Zorua. I mean, do we really care? They played 3 Ultra Balls, a Research, and like their last card has to be Lily, right? So probably going to Lily into Rare Candy Gardevoir. But 3 Ultra Balls are gone. How are you discarding Psychic Energies to kill me at that point? I'm going to take my chances, because I also don't want to put an Artisan down for no reason. Let's do that. Let's do that. I think I feel okay with this. Alright, so we got what we needed. We got Buddy Poffin. Do we care about Toedscruel in this matchup? I mean, it probably annoys them a little bit, but we don't have a Toedscruel, so I guess it's useless. Oh, we do. It's one in my hand. If we wanted to bump out Stretcher, we could have done it with that. But I mean, it's not too late. We can always do it later. Do I want to play down the Pekka-Runt? I mean, I don't hate playing down the Pekka-Runt just to make sure we save this energy. I think we'll do that. And getting damage is also not a bad thing on our board. Yeah, we'll pass there. Yeah, sure, it opens them up to be able to mind bend us, but if they mind bend us, I don't really care, to be honest. Yo, give me some ideas for what we should do on Shift Gear the next couple weeks. Kieran just texted me. He's like, yo, what do we do? Because there's no tournaments. What do you guys want to see? Is there a history episode that we got to do or something? Like, give us some ideas. After this, we're going to edit this thing. And then I got to go find something to eat and then go play soccer at 10 p.m. Because that's what adults have to do when you don't get prime field time. Just disgusting stuff. We have 11 p.m. games now too. It's like we're not a rep team. We're not up and coming U15s who need the prime field time. Unfortunately, we're adults, and apparently that means that we can play soccer at ridiculous hours. So that's where we're at in life. Let's get down a monkey here. That feels good. I actually misattached that. That should have went to the active and should have been a TM Evo here. That was a goofy play from me. I think we will stay the course though. We play enough Energy Excel that I guess this is okay. That was stupid. And this deck really requires your full attention. Like I was just talking about, like just complaining about soccer and then immediately just made a tiny misplay that might have just cost me the game, but we'll find out. I am in no rush to get going here though. Like against Gardevoir, like we're okay just to chill. Not really too worried about anything else. The worst that happens here is they start swinging with Mega Diancie. And like, yeah, that can get a little sticky, but we are, like, I mean, we can go around it, right? We can go around it, we can go through it. There are a lot of ways to deal with this. It's not as bad as people think. It might not be weak to dark, but we can deal with this. Okay. Just research, bombing a bunch of energies. If they don't get a Ralts down, I feel quite comfortable about this whole thing. I'm also really not above the idea of just punching this DNC here. Like if we don't get a gust of some sort, I don't mind punching it. I'm okay to put the pressure on them to basically find the Turo exactly when they need it. If they don't, then they're going to lose their Diancie, which feels okay to me. So 3 energies coming down. I guess they're preparing to lose their Gardevoir. Surely you don't put damage on my board, right? For stuff that you're not killing? I guess you could put it on the Zoroark EX. Yeah, that makes sense actually. Because the last thing they want to do is like swing for a non-KO in the Zoroark. And this is where I think Hero's Cape becomes a really good card for us. Which one would we rather attack with? Definitely the one with 30. Okay, let's see what we can do here. We got a boss off the top. We got a Buddy Poffin, nice return Artisan. I want to thin the deck. Not too enthused about that though. Do we have Okie Dokie? No. Alright. Let's get out of this mess. So get rid of this. Don't care about that. Got an energy back. Unfortunately here, I think we're gonna get rid of this in case we've got a Fez to get ourselves in this game, which looks like we do. I don't love this. We need a Janine or a PP up here. That is neither of those things. So we're gonna get Garland Raid again. And it looks like the irresponsible energy attachment did cost me there. Is there any way we can delay the inevitable here? They have 1 energy in discard. I mean, I'm always of the mind that there's no reason to boss a Gardevoir with 1 energy on it. We're gonna put this over here just to be safe. I guess putting it on Monkey actually would have been really, really smart here. I think maybe I goofed that one. But what are we gonna do here? Are we sacking Fez? That's awful. Are we sacking Petch? We can't, because we can't subjugate ourselves. between Fez and Zoroark being sacked. I think I want Zoroark being sacked because it means they have to move the energy. I am gonna play the boss just because we have the pal pad, just to see if like on some off chance we can buy some time here. And then we're unfortunately gonna need to pass. So this doesn't feel great. Definitely doesn't feel good. But we're gonna try and work through this. It's definitely a punishing deck. I think we're learning that this episode more than anything, and I think it's making me really just want to keep playing this deck. I love failing for whatever reason. So they have the Earthen Vessel, so they will be able to get out of this, but at least it means that they won't be able to put another energy down to their monkey. Provided they don't have another way to discard this. Ew. It's nasty work, man. That is nasty, nasty work. They're gonna boss out our good Zoroark too, aren't they? I say good. I mean, it doesn't really make a difference. I mean, this is just a credit to how good Mega Dancy is. Like, this card is good. If we, oops, I'm using the new Matcha Omegas and they're kind of slippery. I just put it down and they just like blew up all over the place. If I didn't misattach that energy, I think we would have been okay last turn. We would have had the KO on the Gardevoir. We would have been at 4. I would have felt quite comfortable with this. But because we made that mistake while I was complaining, made this a lot harder on ourselves. And I mean, like, you guys already know this. You already know Zoroark's a hard deck. It's very punishing, and it's, like I said, it's okay to fail. It's okay to fail for a little while, figure it out, and then get going. I think you got to be really, really locked in to play this deck properly. And it goes to show, like, only the best players do well with this deck. It's not to say that we can't become that. It's just like you got to really learn the ins and outs, right? I think there's some. Like, this deck really challenges me in a way that excites me. Like, I think the reason why I started this series is because I wanted to learn as well. Like, I wanted to learn how this deck works, why it's operating the way it does, et cetera, et cetera. But it's really, really hard to get through this phase where you're just losing and losing and losing and losing. We got 2 Drain of Brains coming in here, so this is a really tough board state to beat. So you're gonna have, yeah, we have 5 now in the Zoroark. How do we win this? This is 270. Even Okie Dokie here doesn't kill it. So how many energies are gone? So there's 3 Psychics. It might have to be an Iona plus Counter Catcher kill this Gardevoir. That's all I can really think of here. Just hope that they can't replenish that again. And I think I'm okay with taking that risk. So let's try and draw an Iona. It's not quite what I had in mind. Nice. Alright, that was completely useless. Sick. We basically have to play for Energy Switch here, right? Like, if we don't heal the Zoroark, we just lose. I mean, I think we just lose anyways at this point. Maybe we keep our Energy Switch to deal with it with a P.E.K.K.A run after. So maybe we do go in with this here and play the Stretcher. Let's get a Zorua back. We definitely need one of those. 3 energies in discard. 1 Zoroark. No need to play Super out here. I think we can go ahead and Lily. If they go down to 1, does P.E.K.K.A run kill it? Yeah, it does. Okay, I think that's our line here. We're gonna try and KO this Gardevoir. I mean, we have to Lily into exactly Energy Switch or PPF, which feels terrible, but yeah, that wasn't gonna happen, was it? We have TM Evo. Got nasty really fast here, fellas. Really fast. I think we're gonna scoop this up. We can't win this. Okay, so we're just gonna retreat and make it DNT again. Okay. Damn, bro, it's a tough one today. Y'all signed on to this video to watch me go 0-4. It's tough. But I think out of every game we're learning something, we're picking something up, and I think that game I definitely picked up that the wrong attachment in the wrong place can really cost us. I mean, we knew that already, but now we have to be extra vigilant. And now we're playing against people in like Gyarados League. Good God, what has happened here? This is a disaster. But like I said, I'm gonna keep this in here. I'm a man of my word. We're not editing anything out. We're going through a rough patch. Who cares? It's part of the Zoroark learning series. All right, guys. This is what's going on. I'll put some timestamps in there so you guys can skip between game to game to game. You know what happened, and you don't have to. I don't think like there's a lot of YouTube videos out there where people crop through and they show the best parts. Excuse me, and they leave out all the hard parts. And like I said, okay, another challenging matchup here. Like, it's not getting any easier. Like I said, I think this is the part where we learn the most. Just losing and learning and trying to pick up little mistakes and make them better. This is good though. I wanted to end off on another tough. I don't care if I go 0-5. I want to end up on another tough matchup so we can show off the Toedscruel. I'm totally cool with this. Hopefully we can get a win to top it off and be done with this. But I think this is a good thing for the viewers, for you guys, because like this inspires the hell out of me to make another one of these. I'm gonna make another one tomorrow. Episode 4 of the Zoroark learning series, because I can't stand losing like this. It pisses me off. All right, this is a good start. This is a really good start. We have both Toedscruels. We have Toedscruel. We couldn't ask for more here. I don't know if we're supposed. I'm pretty sure we're supposed to put up both Toedscruels here, so we're gonna go and do that. Yeah, this board looks kind of weird, but I think it's fine. I mean, there's really not much more we could ask for than this. There's really not much more we could ask for here. Let's go ahead and Evo. Do we even bother getting out the Toad guy? I guess we do, right? Might as well get it out now. That way, when they kill this, we just replenish it there. I guess that makes a lot of sense. So one thing to consider here too is we cannot afford a bunch of pets here, so we don't have the flexibility really right now. Our last Pokemon has to be a Zoroark attacker. So basically it has to just be Reshiram, which kind of sucks because it eliminates our abilities Binding Mochi, so we'll be able to kill this Fez if they leave it active, which I don't think they will, but if they do. Bro, my beard is so itchy, man. I don't know what's going on. You ever let your beard, like, for you fellas out there, you ever let your beard like grow long and then when you trim it you're like not used to it being so short? That's kind of what I'm going through right now. And like like I said, I was away for a few days, so I didn't have like my proper razor set, whatever, so I decided not to cut. Like my beard was like 7 millimeters or something. Like, it was pretty thick, and I got back and I just shaved her all off basically, and like now I'm like still itchy from, I don't know, once your beard gets to a certain length, it's hard to describe for people that don't have like long beards. I condition my beard all the time, like I put in oil, I do all that stuff, but it still does get a little itchy because like I guess your skin gets irritated underneath, and like I'm still feeling it today. Just a straight scoop. Okay, I mean, fair enough. It's not much you can do about that matchup. We're gonna play one more, just cause like why the hell not? Let's play one more. I'm starving. I gotta play soccer soon, but I want to leave off one of like a real game. Like, so we won a game, like, yeah, great, whatever, but like I said, we didn't learn anything, so I don't really care. Let's play one more. It's gonna be a long ass episode, man. Long ass episode. What do you guys do for humidity in your houses? So I know I brought this up before. My cars are turning into Pringles. They're turning backwards, so it means there's too much humidity, I believe. Just the foils, and quite literally, just as I turned my heat on for the year, there was no problems during the summer. Lived here for like 3-4 months, no problems. But then as soon as we turn the heat on, they all turn into Pringles. I'm trying to figure out how to solve it. I know a lot of people just say they put them in, you put them in like top loaders or whatever, but like, you know, respectfully, like all these deck cards and stuff, they're not going in top loaders. So has anybody used a dehumidifier or something and put it in their room? Because it's like literally just my office in here that I'm getting the Pringles in. So if I just put a dehumidifier in here, am I blessed? Am I good? Like, someone, if you don't mind sharing the tips, that'd be much appreciated. Feels like this one took forever to load. I will go first. I like this because I feel like I don't care if I go first or second. I feel like either way I'm like chilling. I guess less so when this is in my hand. I mean, attach a Zoroark pass is not the worst thing in the world. Okay, now we're good. That's all I needed. Reshiram sleeves with the Munkidori. I have no idea what this is. Could be Zoroark, actually. Double Monkey plus Lily just screams Gardevoir to me. Precious Trolley. Mega Absol Box. There's a high elo person too, so they definitely know what they're doing, I think. Mind you, like I said, I don't really play live, so I don't know what the high elos are. Some of the boys were roasting me for being in Gyarados League or whatever I was in, so I mean, I don't blame them. I'd roast me too. Got the full prize search going on right now from our opponent, doing God knows what. Okay. So this is what we're doing. Doing double Cornermon on me. Alright, bro. Alright. That's fine. They're not going to be happy to see Okie Dokie. Turbo Energize to the Ogremon, I suppose. Yep, right on. Oh, we got the Mochi. That's neat. Wish I got it in my next hand where I could go and do Okie Dokie. So yeah, our main goal here is literally just retreat to Okie Dokie attach. And we didn't hit it. Okay, that's not great. It's not great. It's really not great. We're gonna have a turn at least where we can set this up. And we can TM Evo at the very least into one guy. I really don't like giving their deck extra turns to set up because their deck is so slow. So now they're going to get the first hit on our Okie Dokie, which is not good. I guess either way they're going to get the first hit, but you know. You don't want to give them time to set up their Munkidoris as well. The good news is, for us at least, they have no way to generate their own damage, basically ever. They rely on us to put damage on them to use the Munkidori, so if we're not hitting them for non-KOs, they're never going to have a chance to use it. Additionally, they... Oh god. That's nasty. Goodbye, nice stretcher. Additionally, they can't actually demolish through our Zoroark at any point because we can punish them pretty bad with the Counter Catcher Mega King plus Munkidori KO. No, we can't. That hits 280, doesn't it? We need a Mochi. Got the E-Switch. Okay, they're all in on these Ogremons, which I guess like that's fine for us. That is fine. Alright, we have the retreat and demolish. That's fine. I'm okay with this, making this Zoroark Soak a hit next turn if needed. I mean, obviously we hope we draw into the Okie Dokie. I mean, we can package the Okie Dokie active. We're asking for a lot of cards now. Okay, it's a start. We can thin some cards at least. Alright, Patch is not there, unfortunately, so we're all in on an air balloon now, which is even worse. Is there a point in putting down Toedscruel? I actually don't know what their deck plays. Does that have Night Stretcher? I'm sure it does, right? Like, it's nothing better to put on our bench. Let's go ahead with that. Alright. We're freaking all in on a trade here, and that's all we got. Yeah, that's horrible. We got rid of our Stretcher. I mean, we can at least put on some pressure, make them... All I got is counter catcher in that giant hand. Yeah, this might get kind of sticky here, folks. Alright, right in the turn. We need to get... Oh, I shouldn't have benched that Rashi. Why was I benching that? Because I need to get Okidogi next turn. We're at least going to have double Zoroark, so we can start moving around with that. We do have 2 prizes for free on the bench on the Latias whenever we want it, which is nice. Lively Stadium. Does that do anything? Makes us need Binding Mochi now, or a counter stadium of some sort. Alright, we got Turo, which I mean is pretty good. We can safely get rid of this now. Let's trade that away. I would love nothing more than to get a nest ball off this. I think we deserve it after some of the poor draws we've had today. It's not a nest ball, but it's something. It is a lily. Let's put this down. We are unfortunately not able to survive another turn right now. Because if we Munkidori this damage off, they're just going to put it back. We got Mochi, nest ball. Okay, we got some pieces here. But how are we going to use it? So we can't get in... We, again, cannot get into the thing here. We can't get into the Okidogi. We can, however, put down another Munkidori and attach to it, which I think is strong in its own right. Let's move 30 off here. If they have a dark, yeah, of course, it's coming right back on us. But they did play Lily, so there is a chance they don't. Let's put on here. It's Munkidori again. And, I mean, it doesn't really matter where it goes. This brings it down to 260. I believe Chain Crazed hits 250. So I guess the 10 does matter. We got Stadium up anyways, who cares? Throw there. And we're just going to pass. They have Dark, they're able to bring it all back over. KOS, cool, they go down to 3. But then we have a play here where we can maybe get the E-switch and start attacking with Okidogi. But then we need a way to get poison too, don't we? That's where that bench mismanagement comes in again. I mean, we didn't have Petron anyway, so it doesn't matter, but in theory, that would have to be Petch plus Okidogi. Then with a Janine plus attach return plus E-switch, we can actually attack with Okidogi for 260 that same turn. Yep, so this is just as expected. We are dying here. That is fine. All right, so this is the turn. We gotta go. And there's no boss shenanigans that's going to save us. It's quite literally just let's get into Okidogi and let's just poisonous musculature. And that's what this is going to be. Let's go do that. Let's get that out. We can trade second. Get rid of the Buddy Poffin. I mean, I don't really care about that right now. Do we need to put energies back in? No, we're good. I'm hesitant to even play the Janine here. I don't think I want to. Funnily enough, if we had the E-switch, we actually had a KO here. That is unfortunate. Do we... Now I'm thinking, is there a world where we just Iona here and bump our own Janine? I mean, I feel we're going to need that card, but we also need to reduce their hand size a little bit. No, let's just go. So we're now in a situation where they're going to demolish us again. It's going to get up to 160. We're going to be able to heal 60 and remain poisoned. So we get down to 100, it'll be 180, and we're going to be moving 60. And if we move it all into the same guy, we might actually be able to survive 2 turns here. I think this next turn is a turn where we Super Rod. And then we, well, actually, I kind of want to save the Super Rod for the Okidogi when it goes down, but I think, oh no, I have to. It's our last recovery card. Okay, that's fine. Zoroark. It's nasty, actually. It's got to be those, right? I think these are, this time is done. Binding Mochi, Binding Mochi. I don't think we're going to need this, to be honest. But I mean, it also seems really bad just to get rid of. We have the double monkey, so I think we can afford to bomb this artisan. We also have a watchtower left, so I think we're going to bomb the artisan. What the hell do we got going on here? Surely you have a switch. A pass. Okay, interesting. And as life would have it, we drew the artisan right off the top, which is really nice. So we're actually able to KO this Mega Kank here, which is pretty sick. I mean, I don't see why not. We have 2 turns of life with this thing, I think, no matter what, right? Just I don't know, let's bring this hand down and KO this Mega Kank. I mean, that seems really strong. If we can draw a counter catcher, even better. No dice so far. We do have an E switch, which I suppose does nothing for us right now, but it might at some point. Let's go ahead and use this. Counter catcher. Game you shouldn't have. Let's just destroy this thing. I think as well, I'm just trying to think, does it serve us well to heal this? I mean, it does, because we're going to have 20 damage next turn anyways. And we're never going to need the 20, the way this Okidogi's set up. We got poison, we got all that stuff. My concern becomes now, actually, if they boss us, we lose our poison status. We don't have Pekka at the moment. Let's get rid of this. We're going to need to be proactive, I think. So, do we still have that Turo? We do. Okay, this game actually, unironically, might come down to like us drawing the Pekka off the prizes and using Turo to make room for it. We did not draw the Pekka, so we're now actually in a really bad spot, which is like insane to think about given the turn we just had. But I just realized if our opponent bosses us, we're gonna have to Palpat our Janines back in and draw them off 1 raw trade. If they see that line, which I don't, to be honest, I kind of don't expect them to, but we'll see. Like a boss attached turbo energize here would be a little devastating. I still don't know how they win this game with this board. Like they would probably need to go into Mega Absol here because I assume they just didn't realize that we played Okidogi. Running errands. It's crazy, man. Zoroark is crazy. Like, it's such a long game. This was looking grim as hell, like 2-3 turns ago, and we flipped it on its head just from 1 turn. Now Fez hits the board, so there's still no Mega Absol. There isn't a second Ogremon coming. Like, I feel comfortable here. I'm worried that they have Gust. It's crazy too, like we ioted them down to 3 and they're up to 8 already and they played a bunch of cards. Like it's crazy how much draw this deck has. They have the double monkey. It's not doing anything as long as we don't just tickle them, which I'm not planning on doing. Yeah, I don't see the line in which they can take to really win this game. So they do have the Gust. That's horrible. Let's give me the Toedscruel. We have Air Balloon. This could be the turn actually. Could be the turn where if we draw boss, we go in with a Chain Craze just to KO the Latias and take 2 prizes. Like, that feels okay to me. Alright, so we have a lot of stuff here. So I think we're going to Palpat in both Janines first. I think that's our main way of winning this. That's just the easiest way. Janine and Boss at this point are basically the same. Assuming that we have energies in deck, 2 accelerates. There's 2 there, 3 there, 1 there. So actually, maybe not. I didn't actually check if we prize a Dark Energy or not. But if we prize a Dark Energy, then this Janine card is literally useless. Or if we draw it. So I think for that reason, I'm going to go with Boss. So Boss, CC, Janine, all of those work off this trade if we're able to draw it. So let's go ahead and do that. I don't think we're going to need this anymore. It's not what we needed. Now, I think this is fine. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's bring them back down. Like, why not? Bring them back down to 3. Ends PP up. Interesting. And I think what we're going to do here, regrettably, are they going to go in with a rapid fire combo here? Is this in their plans? That would be annoying. That would be really annoying. There's no point in moving this. You're going to move it back. I'm just thinking, can we play around this in any way? No. Maybe the play was actually just to retreat. Okay, so we don't have the energy left, so the Janines are literally useless. So we do have to get the Super Rod and burn it. I think that's fine. Really ought to start checking my prizes on live. This is just a disaster class, isn't it? Alright, Lively Stadium comes in, so now all their guys are boosted for the rest of the game. We don't have another counter stadium, but so are we, so that's okay. Because that takes away their strat of being able to rapid fire combo with 1 heads. Now they need 2. And we're still in a spot, so it kind of destroys our whole thing too. You really hope they don't have Lively Stadium in their hand of 4, right? After an Iona to bump the Watchtower, because they wouldn't be able to draw cards, but like whatever. That's how this game works sometimes. So our plan here, I think, for the rest of the game is if we survive this turn, we can boss Kayla Latias, and then we can end PP up to the Zoroark, which then gets us in a spot where it's really hard to lose. Alright, so there's an Iono, and just a pass from our opponent. I would love to draw a Super Rod here. I mean, I guess that is a Super Rod, but like at what cost? Is it worth doing all this? No, I don't think it is. Because this Secret Box next turn, I mean, should we end PP up? I mean, I don't see a reason really not to here. It puts another energy on the board for energy switch, which is what I really like here. Let's do that. Is there a world where we Secret Box for the Super Rod plus Janine and just go through this active? It hits 300 plus 10. Yeah, it doesn't even kill it, does it? That's so ass. So we don't have another stadium. I think our play is to kill this Latias. I can think of several ways in which this loses us the game, to be honest. But I'm also confident that they cannot KO this Okie Dokie. Outside of a couple heads flips. If they're able, hey, you know what? If they flip 2 heads off rapid fire combo and we lose the game off rapid fire combo, I'm cool with that. I don't think we can play around that. But I think in that moment, that is the best play we had. We could have Iona'd them back to down to 3, but then they draw back up anyways. And we're not taking a KO that way. We did draw the last Dark Energy. That's also important to note. So there's a bear coming down. I'm not particularly scared of bear here because we're managing their damage on their side of the board very nicely. As long as we don't give them anything, we can't get anything back. We know that. But once again, like, the lack of being poisoned right now is actually really hurting us. And we still haven't drawn the Petch, amazingly. We do have the E-switch, though, I believe. Yeah, we do. So there's also there is a world where maybe we just chain crazed a one prize here. If we don't have the out to take both prizes here, which I don't think we do. Okay, so how can we make this work? We need to Janine and boss in the same turn, which we just like literally can't. We need to poison ourselves. We could take this turn to do just that. We could take this turn to poison ourselves. We're at 270. We'll tick to 260. So they'll kill us with one rapid fire heads, which I think I'm okay with. Yeah, I think we're there, man. This has become so tricky, hasn't it? This game has gotten crazy. So we could Janine and poison ourselves. So these are our two options. We Janine and we poison ourselves. Or we can like poisonous musculature. We don't even need to Janine necessarily. And then we're basically playing for a boss next turn, but if they gust us again, then we're back to square one. And they have a 9-card hand. Or we Iona them down. Or we boss up a one prizer and try to win that way. I think that actually might be our best way forward. We're down to one boss. This is our last boss. So maybe that is not the best way forward. But we can't hit them. We know we can't hit them, right? So it's one of the two. I think I'm okay with this. We're going to leave this in the deck. Let's just Iona. Let's Iona then poison ourselves. And our boss is now going to be at the bottom. But we're saving our trade. Hopefully we draw something that can shuffle here. Wait, what? We play 3 boss? Oh, okay. Well, that was kind of... Okay, oops. Are we getting rid of our E-switch here? No. Because the other option was we took the one prize and tried to get the P.E.K.K.A. run to hit through this thing at the end. That clearly didn't materialize. If we poison ourselves, we go down to 260. They still need E-switch plus 1 heads to win, which I feel okay with. And we can't really afford to trade either of these right now. E-switch? Yeah, I guess if we don't have patch, it's useless, isn't it? No point in Adrena Braining. It's just going to end up back on us. Let's just poison ourselves. Again, guys, trying to play around rapid fire combo plus 1 heads. If they hit it, they hit it. And I don't think we've counterplayed from that point. If they hit it, they hit it. There's nothing we can really do. Prizing Petch really killed us here. But we were in a spot where we literally just had to go for it because we can't win the game if we don't poison ourselves and boss in the same turn. And like, I think the misplay there would have been to like not realizing we played the third boss, so used to the old build with 2. So I assumed we only had 2. It quite literally is going to come down to this coin flip here. Let's see. Do we survive? Do we survive? We do not. Oh my. Oh. Alright guys, so some unfortunate bad news. The end of that game did cut off. You saw the Okie Dokie go down, and there's actually a line to still win the game. It was boss around the Kangaskhan on the Munkidori, and then the Munkidori again with Zoroark. I'm very thankful it stopped recording at that moment. I ran out of disk space at a good time, it appears. But yeah, we did not end up winning the game. They ended up hitting boss. We Ionoed them to 1, played the game as we should have, and they ended up just hitting the card, so it was fine. But so much to take out of that game, so much to take out of this episode in general. Like, I was really happy I played that game and learned a lot from that, to be honest. I thought it was a really intricate game. I picked a lot up. Okie Dokie is just a truck, right? When it goes down, it goes down. So no hard feelings out of that game. That was a lot of fun. I wish y'all got to see the end. I mean, it was just kind of boss simulator. We just ionoed each other back and forth until we drew double boss. So we did not get there in the end, but an awesome game nonetheless. Either way, thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate y'all being here for the Zoroark learning series. Like I said, like when I started this, I wanted to lose. I wanted to learn. We are losing and we are learning, and it's just inspiring me to go more and more. So please do let me know down below some of the mistakes we made, where we can learn, where we can do better. If you're enjoying the series, please do like, subscribe, leave some comments down below if you enjoyed it. But we'll be back with another episode very soon because I'm itchy to get back in the lab with this one. Thank you all for being here, and have a good one. Peace.